The global debt crisis is a fraud. The bankers would have us believe there's just not enough wealth to feed the hungry, not enough economic growth to create jobs, not enough money to pay global debts or to deal with climate change, not enough gold to back our money with something real. It seems there's only enough money to keep paying interest on massive debt to the bankers themselves. The truth is, there's more than enough for everyone, and the bankers have known it for a long time. They decided, long ago, to keep that to themselves. But now their cover has been blown. The truth is coming out. And the hidden wealth of our planet, an astounding abundance in the hundreds of trillions of dollars, is about to become available. But not to the banks, not to multinational corporations, but to the people, to those who are making a difference, to deliver free energy, to help farmers, to fund health clinics, to empower women in the developing world, and to remind us all how it feels to be free, to enjoy a day of peace and sunlight. It all sounds far too good to be true, but it's real. A new day is about to dawn. An alliance of over 160 nations has banded together to create a new and fair financial system and to restore the stolen wealth of the nations to its proper guardians. For nearly 200 years, the central bankers worked to control the currencies of the world by seizing the global gold reserves by means of war, conquest, or theft, by taking from the people the power to coin money and placing it in the hands of central banks, controlled by a small group of tightly knit banking families. The hidden trigger behind many wars, their quest for control of the world's gold, finally succeeded after World War II, when this accumulated wealth of many nations, now known as the global collateral accounts, came under the control of the victorious Allies. It was agreed the accounts would be used to restore and heal the world. President Sukarno of Indonesia, where much of this gold was hidden, became trustee on behalf of the nations to guard this fund so it would benefit mankind. But the bankers had other ideas. The fund was secretly abused by the elite and used to foment wars, to topple governments, and to fund top-secret projects removed from the people's knowledge. In 1963, John F. Kennedy quietly worked to put the Federal Reserve out of business and return the control of currency to the American people. In Geneva, Switzerland, he signed the Green Hilton Memorial Agreement with President Sukarno to borrow funds from the global accounts to back new treasury dollars and remove the power of the central bankers to control America's destiny. On November 11, 1963, he signed Presidential Directive 11110 to authorize U.S. Treasury silver certificates, a direct move against the bankers' power. 11 days later, he was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. In the years since then, the central bankers seemed on the brink of taking final and complete control of human destiny, and promoted with shocking frankness a vision of a planet depopulated to a more manageable number of about 500 million. But the human spirit has proven more resilient than they knew. A generation of brave new voices began to seek the truth behind the facade, and the emergence of the internet allowed a flood of previously hidden information to reach the people. In late 2011, David Wilcock revealed to the world a groundbreaking lawsuit filed against the banking interests, and the world first heard the name Neil F. Keenan, an international businessman who had been appointed trustee of 134 billion in bonds by a group of powerful Asian families. When these funds were stolen by certain factions of the banking cabal, Keenan saw it as his responsibility to recover them on behalf of the rightful owner, and followed one evidence after another until the trail led to the Sukarno Trust, to Indonesia, and to the truth about the stolen wealth of mankind. In Monaco, in the fall of 2011, an accord was reached by a group of non-aligned countries, now more than 160, to unite against the Western oligarchy to create a new financial system using asset-backed currency and anchored by the newly freed global collateral accounts. Upon the signing of the agreements, the assets will then be released to the Keenan Group to help guide this inheritance of mankind and free it from oligarchic control, which hijacked the system not once, but twice over the last 60 years. The agreement will finally free Indonesia to thrive as President Sukarno, elected by the world as M1 monetary controller, had anticipated through the establishment of humanitarian projects using the global collateral accounts. Mr. Keenan has been chosen through ceremony by the indigenous elders of Indonesia, who have been guardians of the global accounts for more than 60 years, people of immense integrity, to control and manage these accounts for their originally intended purpose, the benefit of humanity. And now, taking a few minutes from his busy schedule in the heat of Jakarta, Indonesia, a message from Neil Keenan.
Hello, my name is Neil Keenan, and I'd like to update you for the first time in relation to the refiling of my case and also the global accounts that we're working on here in Jakarta. We're in Jakarta at this moment in Indonesia, and we're nearly complete with the preface in relation to the refiling of the case. After that, we'll include the jurisdiction and the new evidence that we procured from a very main source, an international source that's come forward, and most likely he says he will be willing to testify. We'll find out if he is or he isn't. Okay, that's the key to that. And if he does, then the whole thing just explodes. It opens up every box possible, and we'll know where everything is hid. But I'm hoping for that, and they told me this morning that they're going to do that. So let's see. Okay, let's see. In the meanwhile, we do have everything pretty well in place. We know what we're doing. We're almost there. 2 months here. I haven't been sleeping. I'm really tired. We can go further than that. We can go into the global accounts. I've met with various elders here, and I've been very surprised by the response that I've gotten. They claim that they've been waiting for me for 30 years, and that they knew who I was 30 years ago, and I didn't know who I was 30 years ago, but they claim they knew who I was 30 years ago and knew I was coming here. I would be here, and I would be the person to help them. And apparently I am here, and I am going to help them, and we are going to do things with the global collateral accounts. We're trying to work out the parameters of an agreement right now, or a mandate, one that will be beneficial to both sides. Once I get that, we will be able to wrap things up and enter them into the trading programs. We have the traders already in place. We have the banks, and we have to audit the accounts before we can do anything, because we have to know what's real and what's not. And that's going to be a humdinger, I'm sure. So, you know, that might take some time, but when we get enough out, when they audit enough, we can probably put it in package form and start helping the nations of the world. In the meanwhile, we should be able to help Greece. We should be able to help Spain and Portugal and Ireland. We should be able to save them from those culprits, the European Commission. All in all, we're looking good. We're really looking good. And the reason why I'm doing this and I'm telling you this is because it's Christmas. And I have a giving heart at Christmas. You'll find out soon the rest. By the way, just so, if you don't know about this, Daniel DeBosco, approximately 3 years ago, did steal Federal Reserve notes from me that were owned by the Dragon family, but they were entrusted to me. And if he hadn't stolen them, we probably would have free energy today in the world, because that's what we were going to do with those notes, place them into trade, and we had a cashier's check coming for $13 billion, which would have gone to the Dragon family and toward the free energy itself. So I'm sorry that we never got that far. We were a day short. What did my father say? Day late and a dollar short. That's what we were. The Bosco took them, ran with them. He fled to the Italian government. He fled to the United Nations. He fled to the World Economic Forum. And anyone that would listen to him, the OITC, and anything else. Daniel DeBosco is the reason we don't have free energy today. Okay? Because it was all planned. It was all set. He knows it very well. Anyway, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Enjoy your turkey or whatever it is you're going to have. And I hope right before Christmas we have an announcement to make. A good one. For you, for me, and for everyone. Thank you, and enjoy your holidays, as I said. Take care. God bless.